How's it going, guys? I hope you're all keeping well. So in this video I want to share with you one exercise that I've been practicing every single day for the last 2 years, and it has changed my life beyond belief. I can't tell you what an impact it has had on my mental and physical health, and that is practicing gratitude. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post new videos. Also hit the like button if you like this video. So practicing gratitude has become quite a major thing within sort of the mindfulness movement, the mental health space, and everyone talks about practicing gratitude, and this was something that was introduced to me maybe about 2 years ago. So just to quickly share my story, 2 years ago, when I was sort of at the peak of my poor mental health, and when I was sort of really suffering severe anxiety, I took myself away from London, away from work, and I went to stay with some friends for a couple of weeks up in Manchester. And my friend is a motivational coach, and he's quite big into mindfulness, so it was a really good environment for me to be in. And one of the things he introduced me to was practicing gratitude. One of the biggest causes of my poor mental health was this feeling that I wasn't moving forward in life, and I would beat myself up every single day and sort of tell myself, you aren't doing as well as your friends or your family, and you're really stagnant, and you can't go out and spend money that you don't have. Obviously I work for myself, and it was a really tough time, and I would just really drown myself in all these negative thoughts, and feeling sorry for myself, and being really sort of self-destructive. And when I was telling my friend this, he said, well, have you tried practicing gratitude? And I was like, well, I am grateful for the things that I have, and and he was like, no, have you really tried practicing gratitude? And I was like, well, what do you mean? And he goes, well, it's reminding yourself every single day of the little things that you do have, and actually making a habit of thinking about what those good things are every single day. And I said, well, how do I do that? So he taught me this, and I kid you not, I have been practicing it every single day, twice a day, since that moment for the last 2 years, and it has changed my life. And whilst I was there for 2 weeks, I got involved in what him and his partner do every day, which is a joint gratitude session before they go to sleep. So before we went into our respective bedrooms, we would congregate, and we would each take it in turns to say what we're grateful for, and that was 3 to 5 things. And it was just such a great way to go to sleep, feeling very positive and uplifted by focusing your mind and your thoughts on those small things that you are grateful for that day. So I thought I'd share with you how I do it, practice it every day, and share with you the benefits it has had for me, because by adding this step into my daily practice every morning and every evening before I go to bed, it puts me in a frame of mind and a thought process of focusing on all those great things around me that happened today, that happened yesterday, and it allows me to deeply feel grateful for those small wins that happen every day. And there are, if you really think about it, there are some really small wins that take place every single day in our lives. Sometimes we don't even know it. So I thought I'd share with you how I practice this, and I promise you it will transform your life. So I practice gratitude twice a day, and it's the first thing I do when I wake up, and it's the last thing I do before I go to sleep. So once I wake up, I make myself a coffee, and having made myself a coffee, I then take myself to the kitchen door that leads out into the garden, and I'll hold my coffee and I'll look out the window, and I will just calm my mind and start to think about what it is, those things I'm grateful for that happened the day before. I try to list 3 to 5 things, and you will always be able to think about at least 5 things, but I don't like to force myself. I don't like to force these practices. So if you can't think of 5, then 3 is good enough. And I don't write them down. I list them in my mind, and I think about them, and I ponder on them, and that's okay too. But if you feel more, you would like to make a list and maybe reflect back on that's a really great habit to have. So some of the things I'd think about, and some of the things I would list as what I'm grateful for, are really trivial. And these are things like, I'm really grateful for the dinner my flatmate cooked me last night. I'm really grateful for the nap I was able to have yesterday afternoon, because that really nourished me and refreshed me and allowed me to be more productive. I'm really grateful for the sun at the moment that's beaming and shining on my face. I'm really grateful for the phone call I had with my best friend yesterday, and I'm so thankful for that person in my life. I'm quite grateful for this cup of coffee that I'm holding in my hand at the moment, and the fact that I can, brew a fresh cup of coffee every single day. You might want to think about some bigger things, like, you're grateful for the fact that you have a job and a roof over your head. And if you start to do this every single day, what you're doing is you're starting your day really focused on just that abundance of things that are really positive in your life, and all those little things that you have which ordinarily you'd forget. And if you're feeling anxious, it will start to alleviate some of that anxiety, because you think, God, life actually isn't that bad. I'm not self-sabotaging. I'm not constantly focusing on all those negative things that I believe to be true. And you really start to shift your mind and your energy into a mode of positivity and thankfulness and gratefulness. And it sounds really simple and it sounds really easy, but really take that time when you are reflecting and you are speaking out loud or talking to yourself, and really almost absorb that energy. If you are thinking about that sun hitting your face, really take in those sun rays. If you're thinking about that phone call you had with your friend yesterday, feel that love and compassion for that person. So it's not just listing off these things that I'm grateful I have a house over my head, a roof over my head, or I'm grateful for I've got a job. I'm not saying you have to start thinking about everyone that doesn't have a job, but it's about understanding the things that are good in your life, because a lot of the time when we're self-destructive and we're self-destructing, it's that act of feeling sorry for ourselves, and you want to get the violin out and feel sorry for yourself. And actually, no one's saying that you shouldn't from time to time just be a little bit hard on yourself. But here, every day, what you're doing is you're just starting your day really focused on the good stuff. So then I would do the same thing before I go to bed. I would focus on some of the things that have happened today, or just generally in life. What is it that I'm feeling and really thankful for. And having done this every single day for the last couple of years has made me think about all the good that's going on in my life. Even when so much bad is going on around me or in the world, the days I have not great days, I still manage to find some really positive things that have happened. I did take a nap yesterday. That means I didn't work those few hours that I should have worked, but I'm really grateful for that nap. Whereas before, a few years ago, I would beat myself up for having put my head down for a couple of hours and thinking, God, everyone else is at work and you can't even stay away, you can't work 12 hours without putting your head down for a couple of hours. And I would just be really negative and just stupidly hard on myself, and it was really trivial things that multiplies, and then you start basically beating yourself up over everything. So this daily exercise has turned my pessimism and that feeling of being unoptimistic every single day into small nuggets of optimism And when I used to focus on how crap life was and how bad I had it, I now really direct my energy onto all the good. And when I do have bad days, which I still do from time to time, I end the day thinking about, I'm actually in a habit now of thinking about the good things that are going on every single day. Like naturally I would, before I go to bed, it's just something I do. So it's become so habitual, and that's what you want it to be. You want it to become a habit where every single day, once a day, twice a day, you're focusing on all those good things. It's changed my life, guys. It really has. And I really wouldn't put this out there and make such a bold statement if it hasn't. Try it. Let me know in the comments below how it's worked for you. If you're already practicing gratitude, let me know how you do it. Let's share some tips, because I would love to, learn more about how to supercharge this exercise and this, the daily practice. And that going hand in hand with taking SSRIs and journaling, it just kind of builds this really strong routine, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build strong routines, habits that can keep us constantly positive, motivated, thinking positively, and focused on that abundance of good that we have in our lives. So please let me know in the comments below if you practice gratitude, if you are going to try practicing gratitude, if you have practiced gratitude after watching this video. Let me know how it's been for you. Give it a good few weeks, maybe set an alarm, set a reminder, put it into before or after something you do every single day. You don't have to make a big thing about it. It's just something you think about, you dwell on, you focus your mind on that. Like I said, I do it looking out the window after I've made a coffee for myself, and it's just kind of part of that morning routine. And yes, let's talk about it. Thanks for watching this, guys. I really appreciate your views, and please subscribe if you haven't already. It just motivates me to make more content, and it allows me to know that you are benefiting from some of the stuff I put out there. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.